Howdy folks, my name is Paul Sherland. Today I'm going to be talking about the physics of falling off your horse or getting thrown from your horse and hitting the ground. And I'm going to use an actual falling off the horse occurrence that occurred with Mason some years ago. Mason is almost 25, he's got ring bone, one of his legs, and he can't be ridden anymore, so we're not doing a mounted demonstration. But he's here to help illustrate what happened. This was a Saturday morning in October. It was the first cool weekend after a hot summer here in Texas. I had a limited amount of time to ride, and you can see where that's going, or you could guess where that's going. Figured I had half an hour, so I saddled him, and we went out along the pasture fence from the barn, turned the corner behind me, and we started to trot along this fence behind me, and his head came up. And with Mason at the time, that was a signal that things could get Western, as they say. And it was a signal of his tension, and maybe I should have warmed him up more. And so I turned him in a circle, and a tight circle, figuring that would limit his bucking if he decided to buck. He had bucked me off once prior to that, about 2 years prior. Yeah, Mason, you enjoy remembering this. We started to turn in a circle here. He did start crow hopping, which is kind of minimal bucking. It's bucking, but it's not real violent. And I was staying with him. I was really proud of myself, and yeah, he's laughing. He remembers this. I was holding onto the rope on the saddle, and that was my handhold, the rope on the right side of the saddle. So he was turning into my handhold, and came all the way around the circle. We got back to the fence. I figured he would go this way. He surprised me and cut really hard back along the fence. So my body went this way, and Mason went that way. I came off him and hit on my side and head and slid under the fence. So why did I come off? What would Sir Isaac Newton say was the reason I came off? And one of Newton's laws is that an object tends to stay at rest or stay in motion at constant speed and direction unless a force acts on it. So during this completion of the turn, I was going in this direction. That was my direction of motion. That was my speed and direction. He went that way. I needed to generate a force sufficient to move me in his direction to keep in the saddle. And at that time, I weighed about 35 pounds more than I weigh now. That extra weight increased the amount of force that I needed to stay with him. And I didn't stay with him. Now, a lot of people say, well, you know, they're thinking about what kind of horse they need to ride, and they think about their weight, and they say, well, I shouldn't exceed 20% of my horse's weight. And that's my saddle, my tack, shouldn't be more than 20%. Well, I was below that 20%. At the time, he was around 1,250 pounds, and so I was below it. But, you know, that sure didn't help me when he cut left. My weight just increased the amount of force that I needed to generate with a handhold and seat, or handhold or seat, to move in the other direction. If he hadn't been bucking and kind of loosened me up a little bit, I might have been able to do it. Who knows? But I know I'm safer having lost the weight. Now, when I hit the ground, the force that I hit the ground with is also a direct product of the weight and the height. So if you weigh a few more pounds than you should and you get a bigger horse to compensate, well, weight times height, you've just increased the height and you've got more weight, so you're going to hit with a greater force. As a younger, leaner person, I get thrown and wouldn't get injured. Get older, gain weight, and I would get injured, and broken ribs, bruised ribs, concussions, and so on. So if you need motivation to lose some weight, Think about that. You'll be safer if you shed a few pounds, and you'll need less force to stay in the saddle, and you'll hit the ground with less force if you do happen to hit the ground. When I ride, I wear a helmet now. And if I'm riding outside, outside the ring or whatever, I'll wear a vest too. I want to ride as long as possible, and I don't want to get injured and have an injury cut that short. So I hope this is helpful. Again, my name is Paul Sherlin. Yes, Mason. Thank you very much. Good boy.